My mom told me not to talk to strangers on the internet, but I'm glad I didn't listen. We are the Certified Noonas, your sisters in the love of Asian entertainment.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Jessie.
I'm Natalia.
And I'm Sky.
And yes, I am very sick, but don't worry, it's not COVID. I just have a chest cold. So I'm gonna sound a little rough, but
she's gonna sound like she's been smoking a carton
like
of
I've
cigarettes.
cigarettes for the last 80 years.
Virginia Slims.
gotta get my smokes. Need a smoke break. Lighten the cigarettes from the butt of the previous cigarette. No, I just have a terrible cold. But that's not important. So ignore it. Just pretend this is how I always sound. Because today we are talking about the lady, the myth, the legend, Korea's mother, Kim Hae Sook. You may not know her name, but you know her face because she has played the mother to almost every actor in Korea.
Yes.
She's down, and we thought for Mother's Day we might have a really nice time talking about an older actress who everyone notices but no one ever really mentions.
And she is great.
She is so good. And
she's nicknamed the nation's mother in Korea. So that's what they call her. So
because she's been everyone's mom.
Yeah.
In addition, she has probably one of the biggest filmographies of any Korean actor or actress. It's wild.
Yeah.
And has been going for almost
my entire
years.
Life. Her first film came out basically when I was born. She started acting.
Yeah, so
almost I wasn't born.
Yeah, I wasn't born either. So she has almost a 50-year career. And when I say 50-year, I'm not talking she made one movie, waited 5 years. No. This woman is
busy.
A beast. This woman is a beast, as you will see later on. So we're gonna start off. Jessie, tell us what's her history? What's her bio?
Okay, so I will preface this. This was very hard to find. Very hard. I was talking to Natalia before we were recording. The lengths I went to get this information.
Oh boy, it was a struggle.
Did you dig deep?
I dug deep in Chrome translated articles. Let me tell you.
There was not a lot out there. She's elusive to the English speaking.
Very elusive. So Kim Hae Sook was born in December 30th, 1955. During her youth, she actually performed with the KBS's children's choir. And then in high school, she went on to major in vocal studies because the teacher for the choir was like, you should really do this and keep up with it. But her parents really didn't approve of her going into the arts. This is where articles were weird. I'm assuming because she's an only child, so they wanted her to do something else, be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever parents always want. The classics. But in 1974, during her freshman year of college, she attended NBC's 7th actor training recruitment session, which is a thing that they do to get people to kind of be on their foster for actors. She went with a friend of hers and ended up being placed in the program despite never actually having acted before. She just has vocal training. She just got it.
I always really love those stories where it's they were just accompanying their friend, like Daniel Radcliff for Harry Potter. He auditioning. He just showed up with his friend.
And my brother.
Yeah, and it's the friend didn't get in, but you did. Y'all still friends,
right?
Yeah, I didn't read anything about the friend past that. So there might be an article somewhere where someone talked to them or whatever. I'm sure they're doing
in deep cut Korean internet, probably.
If you actually understand Korean, this would be a lot easier for you. So she ended up debuting in the K-drama Chief Inspector that same year in 1974. So it was a very quick turnaround. And she debuted as a movie star in 1976 with Angry Apple. So she spent a lot of time doing stuff. She was fairly consistent with things that she was doing in the years after she debuted. So it wasn't like a thing where she was just like, she only got that like one shot and then she kind of went into obscurity. However, she was not getting roles or shows that like were gaining in popularity. So she kind of was not like as well known as she is now. But her first major hit series was the NBC 1999 drama Did We Love? It's also called Did We Really Love in some places, which starred Bae Young-joon, who, if you watch Winter Sonata, he's the main lead in that. And then Kim Hae Sook, who everybody knows, another actress that everybody knows, even if you don't know it. She was just in Juvenile Justice. She's also had a crazy spanning year. Or
I feel like their careers will converge a few times.
Yes. Yes, they definitely did. A lot of people go in and out of Kim Hae Sook's life, especially when we get to the movies and the filmographies. So if you know some of the cast, you're like, oh, this is like the fourth time she's been in a series with them. That was what everybody kind of standard in the industry thinks as her defining drama because of how popular it is. But she did a interview with Stardate, which, if you don't know what Stardate is, it's like a variety show that I can't remember if it is tied to Entertainment Tonight or if it's a separate thing, but it's like Entertainment Tonight where they focus on actors and stuff, and they do one-on-one interviews. And sometimes you've probably seen it because if you've watched, sometimes they have idols or something, they start out on the street, so they have a crowd around them and they're talking to people on the street, and then they kind of move to the secluded place with the interviewee. There was no out in the street with Kim Hae Sook, but she, in that interview, she says that Autumn in My Heart, the drama, which was the drama she did within two dramas near Did We Love, was what she defines as her role, and that was her defining role as an actor. And that drama has everybody in it. Just to name a few people that you might know: Song Hye Kyo, Won Bin, Song Sung Hyun, Moon Gun Young. These are all top people. She's never not with top people. It's
quality. Yeah. Quality begets quality.
I love in that interview where she's like, oh, I thought I was going in to play the rich mom, and they were like, nah, you're playing the soup mom, and I was like, dang it.
Yeah, and that's but
it was actually really good,
Yeah, because it was she had to play, there was a lot of turmoil on her also, she really got to focus in on her acting, and it became a huge thing for her, especially because of just the role itself. In terms of her family life, she's super private, super private. I couldn't find much about her just in general. She does have 2 daughters. One of them she had fairly early on in her career, so there's a little bit of a gap, in the, I think, close to the 80s, where she had her first daughter, and she came back and started work again, and she actually landed a job where she was a main thing, and she was like, oh, this is going to be my return back to work and that sort of thing, and she was really excited about that, to find out she was pregnant with her second child. And so she is in interviews, she was talking about how she couldn't say anything about it because this was supposed to be her return back to acting after having a kid, and she had this role and she didn't want to let people down, but she also wanted her career to go off and stuff like that. So she ended up just not telling people that she was pregnant, and wore a belly band to hide at the pregnancy as much as she could. But apparently everybody knew too. They were just oh, whatever, we're just not gonna say anything about it. She is married, maybe, possibly. She's very quiet on all of her actual private stuff. She does focus a lot of her interviews and stuff on being the mother to everyone. That's major her thing. And she also wrote a book in 2005, a memoir called Mother of Hallyucast, Kim Hae Sook's story. So yeah, that's pretty much the basis of her background. It took a lot to even find those because Korean articles are fun and say a lot of things.
like
a lot of wrong things.
Ones I looked up, and it was like, it's listing off she's Catholic. Okay, that makes sense given some of the stuff that I saw. She's this. Her hobbies, Bangkok. I'm like, Bangkok is not a hobby. What?
There were articles that like talk about her son. And I mean, like tons of articles that talked about her son. And then I found the article where she's actually has an interview and she's like quoted. She's like, I saw that I had a son. I don't have a son. And then like another article I found there, it was like talking about her and her son. And then it showed a picture and it was like Kim Hae Sook and her son. And it was Kim Hae Sook. And I don't know the actor's name, but he was the one he was in that Song Ji-ho drama. I think Sky watched it, the one where like she had a kid and the kid was trying to find the whatever you call it, father.
Yeah, like there were 3 potential fathers,
and I was like,
okay,
yeah, that's not her son. Like at all.
No, well, because
like also he's a known actor.
When you said, "Oh, she has 2 daughters," I was like, "Really?" Because everything I saw said she had a son.
Yeah, no, like it's like okay. Was pretty confirmed after a while. Like I found out that like the son thing was like a completely different thing. It was also, I think, hard, especially finding like a lot of background on her in general because she's the nation's mother. So like they'd be talking about like her doing mom things, but they're talking in reference to a character she was doing. So like when it became a translated thing and it's an AI translated thing, it was harder because it made it seem like that was her when it wasn't. It was just like talking about the character she was doing and then the mother's thing that she was doing. I did find a lot of stuff about like how she is like really great with like a lot of her co-stars and stuff. And so like she like developed stuff. And then like Star Date, it's really funny. I don't remember who it was. They were talking about one of her films and she was with one of the actors and like there's a picture of them on the red carpet and they're like locking arms and his mom got mad because he's never done that with her.
I think it was
you are
in because she in that same interview she mentions how she in 2013 she played his mom. And then in like 2015, she was playing his grandma, and she was like pissed because she was like, like it's 2 years later, and now suddenly I'm his grandmother. Like, come on.
So they give the like nation's mother to a lot of like middle-aged actresses who play like some sort of like mother character, just like in general. That's just like a fun term they do with a little of their entertainment. But she's the top one because she's literally done so many. Over 50 of her roles have been mothers, and like it's almost exclusive to a point where she like talks about how she like is focusing on like doing that more and focusing on being like a good mom to the kids that she's co-stars with and that sort of thing. So that's Kim Hae Sook's like general background. Like she was consistently doing stuff. Even like there was only like a couple of year period with the birth of her kids, but like since then she's been consistent. Like I mean, even in that first year when she debuted, she technically did 2 dramas. One of them it was kind of more of like an appearance based thing, but like that's within her like first year acting and doing stuff. She talks about like the once about like how she was like in a broadcasting class and that might help her out like a little bit on like acting, but I'm like, you've never like actually like trained and you like consistently kept your entire like career going.
And also it seems like she has a nice working relationship with like literally everyone. The fact that they're willing to
everyone
keep
seems
having her, you know, in a lot of scenes with them as the moms and stuff, like over and over and over again.
And people seem excited, like when you see her in an interview, like on something like Happy Together or something, and it's like somebody that she's worked with in the past, they're like happy to see her, right? Yeah. Like, oh, mom's here.
Yeah, I found an article and she was talking about things and they asked her about like her, like, because they focus on there, like you always are the one that like everybody says that you have a good working relationship with the co-stars you have, like especially the ones that like who play your kids. And she told the reporter that playing the role of a mother, she needs to be fundamentally a warm and generous person. And so she tries to be that way for the young actors she works with.
Which is so sweet because like I've even seen older actors talk about like, you know, back in the day on set, it kind of seems a little bit more like Wild West. You'd leave the youngins to their own devices. But it's nice when you hear about actors and actresses have been at it for a very long time, and they kind of decided, no, I will make sure that I'm open to the juniors, essentially.
Yeah, and she seems like she's just like open to being a mother in general. Like that's like she's decided like this is the role that she wants to be. Like even if it was kind of like almost forced on her a little bit just because of typecasting and that sort of thing, she's kind of really embraced it in that way. And especially like some of like the interviews that I saw that were like fairly early on, like she's just like such a cool person because she also is just like very confident with herself too. Like there's like one thing she was like, I'm the Song Hye Kyo in her 50s, and she's like, I know I'm pretty. Like it's like basically like, she knows that she looks great, and she like is very confident with herself in it. It's like almost like with her, she really developed her personality in the later stages of her career, and she's just having fun, and she's doing what she loves, and she's doing it a lot, which we will talk about in the next session. But like she's always doing projects, whether it's like actually being in full like weekenders to just like cameos and things. It's like been constant. It's been constant there for a while. And I think like the other major thing with her is that a lot of the times you see these actors and actresses who have her career or who started where she was, they only are like, you know, film movie actors or only drama. They never go do both. And especially in the way that she does both. She does both drastically. Like both are hefty. And that's like a huge thing too. Like that's just like she's just got such a great filmography because of it.
It's not like she goes, oh, this period of time I'm going to go focus on film. No, she's like back and forth the entire.
She never stops.
No.
She never stops.
No,
I don't like. I look at her filmography, and my brain doesn't comprehend.
She also does it so effortlessly too, and she does it in a way like we all like know her. But like, there's never a point where like we just go, oh, it's only that person, like, you know, that specific character. It's like whatever character she is that like character, and she like can like flow through these characters, even when a lot of them are mothers too, like, you know, or like a lot of them are weekenders too. Like she's like just so effortlessly just like flowing through them all, and it's like she it doesn't have to do anything. Like literally you watch her on like screen and you're like, it doesn't even look like you're working. Like you're just I decided to be that person, and like it took me 2 seconds to memorize lines, and here I am. You're like, how?
Like,
and then having a family, like, and then having a family on top of that, like, how?
Right?
She should write multiple books on how to be successful.
And then also like if she's so like private with her personal life, that takes work too. Like you know, so
a lot of effort to not. You know,
well,
to evade dispatch, as it were. But I feel like she's probably not the sort that dispatches.
Perhaps,
you know,
but she might see them and be like, give them a look like, don't you?
She might give them a look.
Gives them the mom
might be like,
she's like,
they might all be like, oh, it's mom. Oh. And like, so they don't do anything to her because of it.
I thought when I was watching when she was on Happy Together, and Rowoon was like a guest host or whatever, and his question for her was like you're so busy, like how do you stay healthy? Because and you thought him as an idol who's also acting, he understands that super busy all the time, and he's like, I don't how do you stay healthy? And she's like, I just eat.
Like, she really like has to have like developed a really healthy just like lifestyle mindset. Too.
She probably has really good like work-life balance. Like I feel like she's the sort that as soon as she's off the set, she's done.
But like she probably also like plans things so well that like even if it looks like it's like something like crazy for us, she's already like planned it right. Or like, you know, a lot of these weekenders obviously don't have as long filming things because there's so many characters that like you don't film a lot. Even if you're the main person, you don't film a lot. They're also, it's such a quick turnaround too. They don't get to have as much like filming time, just like in general, they just aren't allowed it. So that might help too. And you know, obviously like being in the industry for almost 50 years and like seeing that sort of thing, like But also it might just be because she's like a great person, and so that also like helps like you know.
Maybe she just has an eidetic memory, so she never has to.
Yeah, she
but
like at this point she had to have like, she doesn't have to memorize. There's no way like you've been like doing it for 50 years and it not be like
you're not like an expert.
You just look at it and do like you're like, I'm done.
So getting into like her filmography, what was the first thing that you remember seeing her in? Because I know what mine was. Mine was Marriage Not Dating was the first time I like recognized her, because her character in Marriage Not Dating is so good. Just because, you know, it's a good show, first off, but like she's so kind to, you know, the main female character, and like her husband's such a piece of shit in that.
Is Marriage Not Dating accessible?
Oh, it is. It is on Viki. I
can't remember where I watched it, so I didn't know if it was like on Drama Fever.
I watched it on Drama Fever initially, but it has shown up.
I did watch it on Drama
Fever. That seems
like
a very like it's. I wouldn't say it's underrated because I see a lot of people talk about it, but I will say that I think that like
for newer watchers,
I think a lot of people, especially if you are into like squarely into the rom-coms, that's like one of the things that I think like almost every person would watch and really get
I don't know anybody who doesn't like it.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
I even liked it, and I was
You're not a rom-com person.
Yeah.
So it's like a really heartfelt rom-com, and her character in this.
The female lead doesn't do anything anymore, so nobody searches her name.
Yeah. Her character, like Kim Hae Sook's character in it, though, is the most graceful, kind woman. And I was just like, oh, I wish she was my mom. Actually, I love Mom, I love you, but like, she was so nice. Just that was
you want a second mom, so you can have Kim Hae Sook.
Yeah, exactly. She could be my second mom, the mom from Marriage Not Dating.
For me,
go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, I was gonna say, for me, I know I definitely saw her in Marriage Not Dating, but I don't really. She doesn't stick out from that, and I know I saw her in The Thieves, but again, like now when I look back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was her. Oh, okay, cool. But like the first time that I remember her is, I think, Father is Strange, like where I'm watching it and she's just a character. Like she just really stood out in my mind in that one. So yeah, for me, that's and again, that's a good one. Like I don't hesitate to recommend that to people. Exactly. So I think that like that's the first time I remember her.
My Kim Hae Sook filmography is actually rather small because I'm still the rookie at this a little bit, but the first one I saw of her, she stuck out a lot because her character was so well written too. So it was in Hospital Playlist. She played the character of Jung Won's mom.
The coolest mom to ever mom. Yeah.
But what I loved about that character, I mean, of course, there were great mom scenes and stuff, but also the character also just showed as an aging person trying to find happiness and concerns with that and fears and whatever, and showing it in a very heartfelt way. Like it was just so well done, both seasons, and she was just a joy to watch. And especially with her kind of like acting partner in that there was an older fella character as well, and so they would always talk about, you know, all the older people things, but like it was always just it felt very realistic often, even though again Hospital Playlist is very good at heartwarming things, so it would always kind of end on that note. But so they would cover some, you know, difficult ground of like memory loss and things like that, and she showed fear in things very, very well. So I remember being just really taken aback. I knew of her, I had seen her around a lot, but I think that was the first time I've watched a full drama with her in it.
So for me, my first drama with her was one of the first dramas I watched ever. I never completed it, but it's Go Mrs. Go. It's got it like 8,000 English titles. I think it's like Saving Mrs. Go Bong Shil, or a bunch of different stuff.
These have many titles.
Yeah, that one's a little bit to the point where like it might be hard to search just Go Mrs. Go to find stuff. it's not around anyway, so I'm sorry you can't access it.
But that statement will become more familiar as this episode goes on, I'm afraid.
But it was one of the first ones because it like checked all the boxes of like Jessie's first dramas. It was on Netflix and it starred someone who I loved very much. I mean, I still do. So my bias from 00501, Kim Kyu-jung, is in it, and so that's why I picked it. Also, FX's Luna is in it, and they pair together in the show. But essentially, she's the main character, Mrs. Go Bongshil, and it revolves around she and her husband live a good life out on the in the village, like outskirts of Seoul, and he dies unexpectedly, and it causes things to be uncovered and like just general life being upended, and she's on the verge of bankruptcy, so she has to just start her career essentially at an older age, and then she moves to Seoul, and so it like follows that sort of thing. And I just remember really liking her character a lot in that. She's like really like interesting because it's like it wasn't one of those shows where like you were, even with this like kind of storyline, you were drowning in things. I was like really actually enjoying it. It just wasn't something that I was like binging, and then it got off Netflix, and then it even got off Viki and disappeared. So never got to like finish it, but it was like just one of those like kind of really like, kind of like weekenders, because it was like the first one that I had ever encountered too, really. And so you kind of like, you're all focusing through like a bunch of different things, and it was like really cool seeing like an older actress be the main character and lead on this, and like it being like a very centered thing around her. And so like I remember that. And then every other drama that she's ever been in, because I had started with her like at that time and like in such a big role, it was like very cool because she became one of those actresses I always like saw again and be like, oh yeah, that person. And then like I just knew her from that. So I'm kind of like actually happy that it was one of the first dramas that I watched, because I was able to like know about her throughout my like drama watching, as opposed to, finding her later.
She's so cool.
I think the thing is too, when you watch her, like you watch her play a lot of different moms, but she's always a unique character. Like it's not, you're never watching it. And even if it's Weekenders, like you watch a bunch of Weekenders where she plays the mom, and it's not the same mom every time. It's not, you could watch them back to back and still be like, no, this is a new character. This is a different mom in a different situation. Like
this is a new mom.
That's impressive. Like it's impressive to play somewhere between 50 and 100 different moms, and they all seem like unique characters. Like good job.
So Amanda, now I believe you're going to take us through her film resume. Okay. Her resume for movies.
Like it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, like I said, Jessie mentioned she started basically when I was born. The first movie that I could find listed, was, well, it aired sometime between 1976 and 79. It's listed as different dates on a lot of different websites. So I'm like,
there's
somewhere in there.
That's the problem with films, because they go by where they drop. So a lot of times like where you're like doing your Google searches will take it. So if it's like the Canadian premiere, it will state that that's the year. And if you're here, it does the US, and then sometimes it does the Cannes or like the
That's so sneaky.
It's sneaky, I know. But I only know this because I put like dates on my movie posts on Twitter, and now I'm always like, I'm gonna put the right one. Wait a second.
So the first one that you can find is called Angry Apple or Angry Young Men, and she plays basically an unnamed orchard worker in that. So it doesn't exist anywhere. Good luck. But it's interesting I like the title. I'm just like, ooh, Angry Apples. What is that? She's in a bunch of other stuff, like from sort of late 70s to the early 80s. There's a ton of things. Like there's on her filmography, there's 51 titles. I'm not just going to sit here and list 51 movies for you guys, because that's a lot. And most of them are not available to you to go watch. A lot of it, looking at some of the titles of things that exist, there's a lot of titles that have things like flesh and bedroom and whatever in the titles. And if you click through on some of these posters, it's very clear that these are some spicier films, like some of that early 80s, like Porky's style stuff that was happening in Korea as well.
Listen, everyone's horny everywhere.
Exactly. So in her early 20s, this appears to have been some of what her filmography was, but most of this stuff is not available to us. The first thing that I could find Jessie highlighted them for us very helpfully, but the first thing that shows up that is actually available for you to go see her earliest, film work is called Dead Friend.
Woo!
So, have you seen it, Jessie?
I have.
Is it good?
I mean, no, but it's like fine. I mean, how do I describe it? It's got this like really great Lifetime movie quality to it. If you took a Lifetime movie and made it a horror,
amazing.
But she's great in it. She's like kind of crazy and but unnervingly too. Like it's very quiet and that, so like it catches you off guard. But I mean, it's a campy horror film. It's not the best, but if you're looking for horror films.
And again, when you go through these, a lot of them, like everything basically after the year 2000, every character is mom, mother, mom, so-and-so's mom, so-and-so's mother, so-and-so's, those are the characters until you hit The Thieves in 2012, and she's a character called Chewing Gum. She's so
good.
A professional,
such a good
thief,
movie.
which is it's very cool.
Chef's kiss.
I really, really enjoyed that movie.
Sky and I were both literally. Sky and I were both independently. I had put it on. I was like, oh, I'd always meant to watch it, but I just never had gotten around to it. I'm like, finally, the excuse. So I'm like, it's gonna be the last thing I watch. No, but it wasn't. I also watched The Throne. But anyway, I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna watch this. It's the last thing I watch before we do our episode on her. And then Sky was like, yeah, I'm watching a movie. I was like, oh, which one are you watching? And she's like, The Thieves. I was like, I'm watching The Thieves right now. We both really enjoyed it.
And everybody's in it. This has got a huge cast, right? And you're whoa. And and she was very well known for that role as well.
And she was not anybody's mom. Actually, she was a mom in that. Her daughter just didn't show up. She did talk. The character talked about having a daughter and a son-in-law, and they're going through a divorce and all these things.
It wasn't her defining characteristic.
No.
When she was on screen, she wasn't necessarily momming all the time. She was
she wasn't.
She was conning instead.
She was busy being a master con woman. Excuse me.
That same year, she was also in Love on Air, which is also available. I watched it on Asian Crush for free. I had to watch about 54 betting app commercials, but other than that, it was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was a really good, cute little movie. She is a mom in that, but again,
does she get a lot of screen time?
Yes, not a ton, but it's important screen time. If that makes and she's the mom of an adult daughter who's an idol, a former girl group idol, who works as a radio DJ now. And I sort of went into it thinking, it's called Love on Air, and you look at the cutesy poster and you're like, oh, this is a cutesy rom-com about people at work and a radio station. But there's I was crying in the middle.
It kind of has this unexpected shift on it. It's definitely, I would say don't even call it a rom-com, it's just a romance drama with a little bit of the enemies to lovers, really, but
secondary almost.
Yeah, and
it's really about her and her journey in life. Yeah. And romance happens to maybe sort of be part of that.
It stars Monkey.
She's so cute. there's just the scenes with Kim Hae Sook are so well done, and they're very understated, most of them. Like, it's just scenes of her listening to her daughter on the radio and then like tearing up over the story that's being told on the radio, or cutesy, like there's some fun scenes where, I mean, she's living with her adult daughter, and so they both had a hard day and they need a drink, so they sit down and drink together, you know, and like just
Sky, you would like it.
Yeah,
it
I
sounds
would
fun.
love this. It's
As
so
long
good.
as I was ready to maybe cry.
Yes.
Yeah, like the crying, it's not sobbing crying, it's just sort of, oh,
Emotional.
my face is wet.
It
Like,
feels-
when did that happen?
Feels.
Like,
There are feels
Yeah.
involved.
There
But
are.
everybody's crying because it's like
Yeah.
the person will do their story and like everybody in the station is crying along with it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
That does sound like
oh, it
a
also
good
has
one.
Kwang Soo in it.
Oh,
yes,
You know,
so that's
and when
the
he
other thing.
appears, always a delight.
Yeah.
You know.
You guys, I've always seen this gif. I've used
That's
this
true.
gif.
Yes.
Kwang Soo with that like purple headband and his fan sign screaming.
Yeah.
Ah! That's from this movie.
Because he was like a super fan of her old group Purple. Like, so he
That's so
becomes her
funny.
manager.
And he's so cute. Like, he was their super fan, and now he's her like basically unpaid manager who helps. You know, just like
Yeah.
it's very cute, and like he's very good in it, and everybody's good in it. It's just a very enjoyable movie.
Mhm.
We sort of touched on a little bit Tough as Iron from 2013, where she plays Yu Ain's mom. It's not available anywhere. I'm kind of surprised because
Yeah.
it looks good.
Mhm.
I feel
But-
I'm looking at it and I feel like I watched it, but probably in like 2014. And so my like actual remembrance of details of it, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I think I've seen this.
I wonder
But I
if
don't
someone like Drama
remember much
Fever
from
had
it.
it.
I feel like it was on
Mm.
Drama Fever. No,
Mm.
don't quote me on
They,
that.
I feel like they had a lot of UI and stuff in
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
day, because like for Likes was like unavailable for so
Like
long.
for
Like,
Likes.
At this point, I'm kind of
love
amazed
that
that there
show.
isn't like a website somewhere like, here's the small tiny database for the things that were on Drama Fever.
No,
Like,
Does
oh, wait,
the
I know
Wayback
she-
Machine
was
work
it-
on it?
yeah.
I
Oh,
know
yeah.
I know she's not in it, but Like for Likes is
So
so good.
I'm like shocked. That's a Netflix
I
movie
know.
for sure. I'm
Like,
shocked.
it has all sorts
it
of
has
people
to be
in it.
like in some weird contract hold. Like it just doesn't make sense that we haven't gotten that. Like
It's because it's literally like all those actors on Netflix that like Netflix they're all in
all
it.
in it. All in
They're
it.
all in it.
yeah, exactly.
Like literally best rom-com I've ever seen. Like for Likes.
So
Oh,
good. Kundo, Age of the Rampant. I'm not really sure what that one is. Have any of you guys watched it? It's on
No.
Viki, apparently.
it's like a action Sega type situation.
Action Sega. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay. I remember looking it up on Viki because I was like thinking about it, and then I was like, no, I don't have a Sega in me right now, so I'm just not gonna do it.
It happens to us all, you know.
And then speaking of Saguks, The Throne, where she
Oh my
plays
God.
Yuin's
Oh,
grandmother.
grandmother. I watched it last night. Absolutely fantastic.
No.
Incredible film.
I didn't get around to it,
Incredible
but
film.
I might add it.
Hard to watch.
Okay.
Let me just, if you don't want to watch a man go insane and die of dehydration while hammered into a box, perhaps, and this isn't even a spoiler because
that
that's,
one.
yeah,
Because it's
a
the,
Prince Dado.
it's a
it's not a
historical
spoiler
thing
when
that
it's a
happened.
history.
When it's like a literal
Yeah.
historical thing. So it's about a king whose son, the crown prince is insane, and so the king can't, and so like tries to kill the king because he's gone crazy. But like when you watch it, you're like, well, of course he was gonna go crazy. Like it was fucking fucked up. But if he says he's a traitor, then the crown prince's son can't become the crown prince because his whole family would be considered a traitor. So instead of saying he's a traitor, he just says he's a commoner now and locks him in a box to die. And it's the 7 days of him being locked in the box, dying. And then you go through the history of like how he became the way he is.
Nope.
It's
Not
rough.
gonna watch that.
but like the acting in it is chef's kiss. It is absolutely incredible film, and really good child actors that you're just like, because like at one point, like his son who's like 10 years old like shows up to try to like plead for. I can't. Okay, it was still fresh in my mind. I watched it last night. Like,
how was her?
She was excellent. She was excellent. So she played like the Queen Dowager. So she was pretty much the only one who was like, only the women were ever nice to Yuan's character. So it's like he like genuinely, like she genuinely loved him and he genuinely loved her, and then all the men in court were just, you know, men. So
say no more, Pam.
Yeah. No, but it's an excellent film if you have the stomach for it. It's not like gory or anything, but like
but that sounds hard to watch. Like
it's not pleasant.
It's not a good time.
Like it's not, you know, it's not a feel-good film by any stretch of the imagination, but it is excellent. It is excellent.
I haven't watched the next one on the list, Assassination, but she is listed as owner of a bar, not a mom. Owner of a bar.
Well, she could still be a mom. We don't know.
You know, that is true. Moms can be entrepreneurs. I don't know if any of you guys watched that one?
No.
So, and then
The Handmaiden. What a great film.
Oh my god.
The Handmaiden is one of those films that has my favorite plot, which is lesbians con men. And chef's kiss.
And it's like a true thriller. It takes you on a psychological
wild rides with that film.
It's so good though.
For the prudish out there, there is quite a bit of lesbian sex in it. So if you just can't handle that for some fucking reason, probably don't watch it. But it's real good. It's real good.
And like maybe don't watch around tiny people.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't. Like none of it.
Film. None of the film. But there's a reason why it won as many awards as it did. Like,
and it's hard to like do the synopsis of it because there's so many twists and turns that like you really can't. You have to kind of go in not knowing anything about any character because when things happen, they are more shocking if you don't know anything.
Yeah.
But Kim Tae-ree's in it.
I just remember. So Kim Tae-ri had like, she was in 21, 25, 21, 21, 25. I forget how the title goes on Netflix. And it was like her first television, like on a television show kiss. And then someone was like, oh, like it's her first ever kiss on film. And then people
gave it to what's his face. And everybody's like,
and everyone's like, oh girl. But then all the what lip gloss is she wearing? I couldn't.
I like the summary where it was like, just type The Handmaiden in the gifts. Good job.
Good job. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Oh my god! I laughed for probably an hour about all those. Like I was just like, oh my sweet summer child.
So Kim Hae Sook and The Handmaiden, though, like what is like the secret? What she's up to?
I think she's like is she like a maid or something? She's like a house person or something.
Yeah.
She looks wild. Like the pictures of her. Like she's very white haired, but almost like it's powdered white hair and very severe looking. And
because like so I don't even know what to say. I don't want to spoil any of this movie because saying anything
super hard.
It takes place in like a Japanese household during the Japanese occupation with a woman playing a Korean maid. I can't tell you anything, but she's excellent, and everyone in this movie is amazing. So it's excellent, it's pure excellence, hands down.
The next one listed is Tunnel, not the Tunnel
TV show
drama.
Not the Tunnel horror, which is 3D.
Yeah. So, she just has a cameo appearance as a minister in that. I don't know if that means a churchy minister or like a government minister, but again, not a mom. Perhaps a mom, but like that's not the role she's playing in this film. And then She's in RV Resurrected Victim,
which I saw.
Looks intense.
Yes. It's a weird movie. I didn't really necessarily like it, but there might be people out there. It's it kind of like has speckles of horror, but not really.
Yeah, like it's listed
Weird.
as Asian Wiki has it listed as a mystery thriller.
Yeah, mystery thriller actually works very well for it. Mystery crime thriller. Yeah. Well, I guess not. I don't know. It's very weird. It's essentially that like people can come back to life, and it starts with like some elements of the sci-fi thing in the very beginning, but like essentially people have been tracking it. It's like a occurrence that's like starting to happen in the world, and they've tracked it that like the person who comes back is coming back for a reason, to get like vengeance or something like that, and they call them RVs. So the entire time there'll be like RVs, blah 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 blah, and like I literally have to switch from thinking about an RV, the like actual vehicle to human the entire time. And I was like,
those recreational vehicles are back for revenge. Okay, Christine too.
My mother's a car. Like, okay, all right.
And slight spoiler, but it happens in the first 5 minutes. In terms of like Kim Hae Sook's character, she plays a mom, and she ends up getting killed, then comes back, and you try to figure it out. It's all tied to the RVs and that sort of thing. So
okay.
So it's a thing.
It's a movie.
I'm sure some people like it, if you're into that genre.
Along with the Gods, a very popular series.
It's available everywhere. Like if you want to watch it, you can find
Sky's like, this is my movie. Stop what you're doing.
If you like fantasy,
yes,
go watch it, please.
One day I will.
I know. I'm mad that I didn't watch it when it was on Netflix for free, because now most of the places I can find it want me to pay for it.
Oh, Vicky? I think it's
on Vicky.
Yeah, it is, and they wanted $2.99 for me to watch it.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Vicky does that.
I do want to give an asterisk about it, though. Like, it does deal with like PTSD and suicide and things. So, like, there are very serious themes. So, I'm not saying it is necessarily for everybody.
It's not asking me. It's not asking me for money on Vicky.
I wonder if Vicky was just being stupid to me this week.
Maybe you were signed out and you didn't know.
You might have been signed out.
Vicky
Vicky signs me out all the time. Like, especially on the Roku. I swear, every time I open the Viki app on the Roku, it's like, oh, would you like to make an account? I'm like,
the most annoying too. And you're like, I don't want to have to sit here and like.
Oh, then you gotta go. You gotta open your phone. You gotta go to Roku.com, like Viki.com/Roku.
It's always when I don't have that thing. So it would be like the computer's in here and I'm in there and I'm like, then I'm not gonna watch you. Bye.
Right. No, like they're and the search function on the Roku is fucking garbage. So anyway. So what I do is I start watching it on my phone for like 10 seconds, and then I'll turn it off, and then I'll go on the Roku, and it'll appear in my like recently watched. I'm like, tip from old Natalia for you.
No, I want to say, so there are a lot of gods, and along with the gods, imagine that. And so they are often cameos, and so they usually have really awesome like costumes and stuff that are like themed kind of towards whatever god they are. So like Kim Hae Sook's like god character like has a really cool outfit and whatever, and then always how they act is kind of tied to, of course, the type of god that they are. That's almost the most fun part of it, is some of these like how they chose to do the gods and stuff.
The last one that's actually available for streaming is New Trial.
New Trial. I love this movie. I
didn't love it, but I liked it a lot.
I loved it. I thought it was great. But, we can like things in different amounts.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you loved it.
I did. It's a very sad film. And
it's based on a true story.
Yes. About a wrongfully convicted man who gets a second trial years after being imprisoned for years he was imprisoned as a teen for a crime he had absolutely no thing to do with. ACAB. Yeah. If you want to know who the villains are, it wasn't the actual criminal. Let's just put that out there. Let's just say police aren't on the up and up in this film by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope, not at all.
It has Kang Ha Nool in it. He's a delight.
Oh my gosh, him. His younger
a sad
version
delight.
Has the worst wig.
It is a pretty bad wig. Bad. I'll be honest. The bad wig curse in Asia is just too much. Like get some better perruquiers. Come on now.
And I will say that like it doesn't translate in the movie because Kang Ha Nool, and you're like, but the actual person, he was 15 when he got the charge. But like the movie does a really cool thing. It's like less like, what was that one that Gong Yu did about the boarding school where there was it's less like Silence. You watch it and you go, this is really focusing on what like is wrong. And New Trial kind of, it showcases that, but it's kind of more about the like development between the lawyer and Kang Ha Nool's character and his mother, which is Kim Hae Sook, and she's phenomenal in it because she plays this woman who's just like been by his side for the entire time.
The only person
the one
who
brings in
him.
This like new lawyer. She knows that he didn't do everything, so she wants to get that like taken off his record. And she, starts having a lot of like health like problems and that sort of thing. But she's phenomenal in it, and she's just a mom trying to do the best
by her child who's been wronged. I watched it when it was still on Viki. I don't know how long ago that was, but it's not there anymore.
No, but it's on Tubi, so anybody can watch it for free.
Anyone can watch it for free, and I recommend. Gets a thumbs up from old Natalia. Not just because I'm a Kang Ha Nool simp, which I am, but
that does add to it a little.
That just adds to it.
But like, I think a lot of people are that way.
Yeah.
So
and
it's not like
it's like
not the norm.
No, it's not like I'm alone and be like, there's only one Kang Ha Nool fan in the world, and it's this deranged person. No, there's many.
I will mention there's nothing else that's current that's available streaming as far as we know, but I do want to mention Her Story, which is 2018.
Really want to watch this.
I cannot believe this is not available somewhere. Like, it's crazy to me. And I double checked. I searched and I mean, like, yeah, it's not, and it's wild to me. It's a story about 10 women who were comfort women during World War II, and the lawyer who basically has money, and like when she discovers that the woman who's been working in her house was a comfort woman, she feels so guilty for not having like known this, and like for the way she's maybe treated her house staff and stuff like that, that she gathers these women and she pays the money to go, and they do like multiple trials in Japan just trying to get an apology out of the government. There's a trailer on YouTube you can watch, and like just the trailer was like very intense, and there's a lot of actresses that you'd recognize. A lot of the older like mom and grandma actresses are in this movie, and I'm really surprised that it's not, and maybe not surprised that it's like not available on Viki, the Japanese owned streaming site, but like you would think it would be available somewhere else,
or like perhaps, Netflix or something.
Like,
when I was like researching stuff, I came across an article where she was talking about the movie and her role specifically in the movie, because she was talking about how it was like one of her greatest challenges in acting, because not only did she want to portray her character well, she also wanted to portray it in a way to honor what the woman had to go through and stuff. And so she was doing stuff like during the courtroom scenes, she refused to drink water at all because she knew that's what they were doing. And she was talking about how maybe someone had like mentioned about like there was not a lot of her crying and stuff, and she was like, they had to deal with that stuff for so long, they were cried out, and I did not want I did not want to seem like this was some fresh new thing. It was something that they had been dealing with their entire life, and I wanted to portray it. And and I wanted it to be my only thing that I was thinking about during the entire trial. And so she just would like, she refused to like drink water, and you can tell during like the filming, she like has like dry lips and all that stuff. And she said that was like specifically so hard, not just like because she was doing that role, because she was so worried about just honoring them. Like her main mission for the movie was to honor these people who went through such a horrific thing that she couldn't even like imagine of, and it was like a way for her to, you know, give thanks to them. So it's a really like, I'll link the article so you can read it, but yeah, I really wish like it was available.
It always feels like those really impactful like they just don't pop up.
It's like they don't want people to know history or something.
Feels like
well, the United States would never know about the comfort women easily.
Hell, most of the United States doesn't even learn about their own history accurately. So why give a shit about some other countries, right? Yeah.
I will say there was only one movie that I've watched that's outside of like what you can watch now.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else had any of those. And it's worth a mention because it does show up. It's a readily available in places, and it goes on and off Hulu. And that is the 2009 vampire movie, Thirst, which is incredible.
Award-winning vampire movie.
That movie.
I
love it.
A lot of things mentioning that and her talking about that role.
Yes.
So.
It's about a priest vampire, essentially.
Wow.
But her role, she like has this one like scene where she gets possessed, and it's incredible. And the movie has done really well. It's always like, you know, the top of lists and that sort of things, but it also was like one of the first ones in Cannes. And when she was talking about it, I think it was, I don't remember if it was in that Star Date that she was talking about it, but she wore a handbook to the premiere, and her reasoning behind that was that like, so it was like, first she got into this like major film festival, and that's like everybody like dream as an actor or an actress, and that was like really exciting. And she could have gone like a route of where she was just like wearing like, you know, a really pretty dress, but then she thought about it and she was like, but I'm also representing Korea. This is the way that I get to represent my country. And so she chose to wear the hanbok during that. So there's a lot of pictures of her in that, and it was her tribute to Korea. Like she was like, I'm here, like I'm representing Korea.
It's a very evening gown, like it's black and gold, kind of like it's very still pretty. Very much sets, like goes with the mood and everything.
It works perfectly. But I thought that was really cool. She was just like, but no, this is like my way, like I can be prideful about this because I'm, you know, in a place that's not, you know, Korea, talking about a Korean film. But also, if you love vampires, and horror movies,
Chef's kiss. Chef's
so
kiss of the
good.
film.
So good.
So, getting into her drama filmography, I am actually going to list it all and there's a reason why I'm going to list it all. And the reason is because I need everyone out there to know the ridiculousness of how many things she has made, okay?
Because like when I mentioned 51 movies, they were ongoing with this giant list that Natalia is going to go through. So, like they were happening at the same time.
Okay, so it was kind of difficult to piece together because every site has different names for every show and different amounts of shows, and it's just like, okay, so I did my best, but I apologize if some of these are the same show because like there'll be a show that'll have like 3 different names and there will be no synopsis and all it'll be like, yeah, she's in it, but like no other information. So I did my best, so don't come for me in the comments, people.
I'm gonna come
not that anyone out there listening would do a better job at they would have the same problems I did.
I'm imagining Natalia starting into like the Inspector General song and she starts rattling them off.
Like it's gonna get wild.
Like when I was like searching for her bios up, I had to have 2 browsers open so I could search the Hangul and then search like a translated thing so then I could like find the actual name of the drama. It was a mess. It was an endeavor.
It's a bit of an enigma, shall we say. So the year is 1974. Okay. She has been admitted to class 3 of like the actors, the drama things. And she debuts in her television acting in a very cameo side role in Chief Inspector. She makes some movies between them. In 1978, she has a secondary role in Yeonji. And then in 1979, she has 2 secondary roles in drama. So she's picking up speed at this point, okay? We haven't made it to the 80s yet. And for anyone listening, I really apologize because until we get to the 2000s, you ain't seeing any of this stuff. You ain't watching any. It's just, you can hear about it. That's just the way it goes. So 1979, she makes 2 dramas. Sani Dogo Gani I Diogo, no English translation. I had to phonetically work that one out. And Last Witness. And then her next drama appearance is in 1980 with a support role in Lost Love and her first main role in a drama in Gang Yang Rock. No information about any of these dramas, but she was.
I'm assuming that's like her pregnancy period, just as a.
Yes. So the secret pregnancy period. Yeah. So
we're assuming and
she's done limited information. We're like detective piecing together these, timelines.
I see us in front, looking all crazy in front of this big, like
like the red string, the red string, like crazy board. Yeah, when he pulls the board across and sticks the new pages. Okay. In 1981, she has a support role in the daily Saeguk drama Gyeongdong Manem. And then in 1982, she appears in 4 dramas. This is the first time she's going 4 drama style. That's 1982. Annals of Denial, Mirion, Mother, and Nari House. And you think after making 4 dramas in a year, maybe you take a little break. No, you don't.
No, you don't. Not if you're Kim Hae Sook. No.
So in 1983, the next year after 82, she plays Queen Jeongan in The King of Cheongdong Palace and a support role in the drama Portrait of You. So she slowed down a little. But she comes back because in 1984, she does a support role in the daily Saeguk, The Ume Tree in the Midst of Snow, and a support role in Nongmu. And she also appears in NBC bestseller theater, Gwijam Bilibsida. No English translation. So it's a mystery. Who knows what it's about, but it's fun. So between 84 and 88, there was a slight pause. She didn't do anything TV-wise. Probably baby related. I'm going to...
Baby or just
break. Everyone needs a break. But after this, I just want you to know, after 88, it is balls to the wall, okay? She does not stop. So, in 1888, she has a support role in the Saeguk Queen Inhyun as Queen Myung-sung, and she is also in the NBC bestseller theater Widow and also the drama Forget Tomorrow. So she's coming back after nothing with 3 things. Takes another little year off. Okay, 89, she's just chilling. In 90, she returns with the drama Gaksibang Sarang Yone, otherwise known as The Dancing Gagyeom, and the drama Daewongung. And then she follows that in 91 with the drama Another Happiness and the drama Yushimyo. And in 92 appears in Rainbows in Mappo. And you think, wow, you've made a ton of stuff. Maybe you're slowing down. Not if you're Kim Hae Sook, because in 93, she does 4 dramas. She does support roles in The Third Republic, To Live, and Love and Farewell, and Our Paradise. In 94, she appears in the daily drama, The Moon of Soul, as a character's mother. So this is where it begins. Okay, 94. And then is a support role in the drama Farewell. In 95, 95, she makes 5 dramas. Okay. So she's in Suki and Confession, and in the same period, West Palace and LA Arirang. And this was followed in 96 by Sibling Relations, Under Soul Sky, White Dandelion, Because I Love You, and Because I Really in 97. So she is not stopping. She is continuing. They're mostly family-centered dramas, and she always does sort of support roles. And you cannot watch them. I tried. They're not there. Don't bother. Move on. So 98, she continues. Support roles for Purity, For Love, The Age of Three Kims, and My Love by My Side. So 4 more dramas. How does this woman sleep? We don't know. Does she? Who knows? Just putting it out there. Putting it out there. She's
A clone?
agelessly beautiful as well.
It's just a theory. Just a theory. Nothing.
Yeah. We're not even in the 2000s yet. So in 99,
we're not even in like dramas you can actually access.
I know. We're just, this is like just her gearing up because she does not stop. So in 99, she appears in the Saeguk Hyojun as a side role as a character's wife. And then she also appears in Did We Really Love? TV novel You, which was a daily drama. This is important. All these daily dramas. If you're unaware of what a daily drama is, it's like a 200 episode drama.
It's
so like
the same filming schedule as a soap.
Yeah, so it's like a soap opera, but unlike American soap operas that last for years, it's usually like half a year to a year. And then she also appeared in Encounter, Queen, and You Don't Know My Mind. So that's a shit ton of dramas in 99. Okay, it's just too many. Mm-hmm. So in 2000, finally, we're getting to the year that you can start seeing some of her dramas. So she gets a secondary role in the popular drama Autumn in My Heart, which we mentioned before, Song Sang-hoon, Song Hye-kyo. And it is pretty much considered like one of the classic dramas that everyone's like, oh yeah, like up there with like Coffee Prince and stuff. It's also on Amazon Prime in Canada, in the States.
Wow.
So if you want to watch it, it's on Amazon Prime.
Not
Prime in Canada. So in addition to this like wildly popular drama that she was in, she was also in the drama Fireworks as an aunt character. So like not quite a mom, but mom adjacent, an aunt. And then she was in the daily drama The More I Love You and the drama Some Like It Hot. It never ends. Okay. So that's 2001. She's playing a mother character in Her House and a secondary role in another daily drama, This Is Love. And also secondary roles in Ladies of the Palace, Law of Marriage, and okay, sorry, I put one drama in here twice because I'm an idiot. So Ladies of the Palace and Law of Marriage. So that's 4 dramas in 2001. In 2002, she's in the daily drama To Be With You, the eponymously named romance drama Romance, and a second daily drama, Golden Wagon. But 2002 also had her appearing as a mother character in another known as a classic drama, Winter Sonata, which so she's like, she's getting around. And she also was in Confession that year. I have written in my notes here, being unable to cease working with the fury of 1,000 suns. She appeared in six dramas in 2003. So she was in Scent of Summer. She was the main character in Country Princess, where she played the mother to both Bae Doona and Kim Yoo-mi. And she also was in Like a Flowing River, Wedding Gift, and Pearl Necklace. This woman is unstoppable. So her reign as playing the mother of most of the actors and actresses in Korea continues in 2004 with Little Bride, which I have seen. It's a bit sketchy, gonna be honest. It is available on Kokowa. It's questionable show. She's delightful in it, but questionable. So she played Han Ji-hee's, the main character's mother. She was also the matriarch in the daily drama Precious Family and was in 3 other dramas that year. Little Women, Oh Phil Sung Bong, and Letters to Parents. We're up to 2005 now. Okay. So far, if you want to watch any of these, her 2002 drama Romance is on Viki and Kokowa, and Little Bride is on Kokowa. Okay. And so 2005, she's in The War of Roses, playing, you guessed it, the mother of the main character, and also appears in the daily drama The Bizarre Bunch, playing, say it with me, the mother of the main character.
But in daily dramas, don't mom characters have a lot of screen time?
Yeah, they're usually like the top
When I say secondary, I just mean they're not like the main couple.
Yeah,
but
I'm just
they
saying,
appear often
compared to a 16 episode drama.
Yeah, moms are a
typically.
little bit more
Yeah.
important.
So we're in 2006 now. She was in 5 dramas. This is not even, we're not counting the movies because there were movies at this time too. But she was in 5 dramas in 2006. So she was in The Mellow Stranger Than Paradise, The Mellow Spring Waltz, which also has Daniel Henney in it. And she won from Super Junior. And Han Hyo-joo. It's got quite a star-studded cast.
Oh, I know that one then, yeah.
Yeah. Can you watch it?
No.
Let's not talk about it. She was in the daily drama Love Is Over, a second daily drama in the main role, Famous Chill Princesses, playing the mother of the 4 main daughter characters. And she also had a role in End of Love.
I now don't think she's an alleged vampire. I think she is a vampire. Just putting that out there.
We're just putting it out there. So
I also think she has usurped in my brain
Kim Won-hae.
Kim Won-hae.
Yeah,
like,
no, she's.
Oh yeah.
There's no one out there doing it like she does. Showing absolutely no signs of stopping in 2007. She's in another 4 dramas. So she's in the Weekender Moon Hee, the daily drama Likeable or Not, the medical drama Surgeon Bong, and as the matriarch in a second Weekender, the First Lot Wives Club. How she has all of this time, I do not know.
She's a vampire.
And we're finally getting to something you can watch. You can watch Surgeon Bong on Kokowa. She did slow down slightly in 2008 by appearing. By appearing in only 2 dramas. She was the mother-in-law in the romance mellow Robber, and a chairwoman matriarch in the daily drama. Of course, it was a daily drama, White Lie. You can watch Robber on Viki and Kokowa if you're interested. 2009. Finds her playing a side character in the Soji Sub and Shin Hyun-jun helmed revenge drama Cain and Abel, playing, say it with me, the role of the main character's mother in the Weekender Cheer Up Love. Cain and Abel is on Viki for anyone interested. So taking a little break in 2010, she appeared in only 1 Weekender where she plays a mother to a blended family living on Jeju Island in the show Life is Beautiful. 2011, she appears in the DeMello 1,000 Days Promise, which is pretty well known, but you cannot find it anywhere legal. And she's also the lead role in the first thing Jessie saw her in, Saving Miss Go Bong Shil, or Go Miss Go, where she, the father dies and she moved to the big city. And in 2012, she has the lead role in the family drama Can't Live Without You, as well as playing the daughter-in-law / mother character in the middle in the Weekender My Kids Give Me a Headache. So we got a lot of daily drama. We got a lot of Weekenders.
Amanda just did praise hands for that.
So my Kids Give Me a Headache is on Viki.
I shall have to look that one up, I think.
Yes. So in 2013, so we're getting to the modern times now, to today. We're getting closer. So 2013 was big for her appearing in very popular dramas. So she was the mother of the main character, the main female character, and I Can Hear Your Voice, which Chef's Kiss. She was incredible in that. The drama is fine. But that one you can also watch because it's a pretty popular drama. So that's on Viki. And she was also the lead matriarch in The Weekender, Wang's Family. And as well, she did not play a mother, but an agency manager in the drama Suspicious Housekeeper, which is another one of those that I'm like, shouldn't this be available? Like it's...
Yeah. I wonder if it was. Like maybe it's like a drama fever.
So... Foregoing Sleep in 2014. She appears in The Weekender Hotel King opposite Lee Dong-wook. And she's also in...
Which also you would think.
Yes. Also
maybe it was on drama.
It was available because I started to watch it once. Like
I did
turned
too.
it on and then was not in the mood. So I turned it back off and then it ceased to be available. So.
And she was that was the same year as Marriage Not Dating, which... Thumbs up, so good. It's on Viki. And then the daily drama You Are the Only One. And then she was also in the pseudo fantasy drama Pinocchio, another extremely famous drama, which is on Vicky. And she was also in the drama Wonderful Day in October. So 2014, my guy, calm down. So 2015 and 2016 must have been a breath of fresh air, as she was the side role in A Weekender, Make a Woman Cry in 15, and the main role in The Weekender, Yeah, That's How It Is in 16. So she like held herself back. She let some other actors get some roles, you know, took a little mini break. However, 2017, back in action. So she played dual roles in the drama Sounding Memoir of Color, playing the main matriarch in The Weekender, Father is Strange, a secondary character in the legal drama Whisper, another secondary character in a second legal drama, Judge versus Drudge. All 4 of these are on Viki, so you can see those. In 2018, she appeared in the fantasy drama About Time, which I really enjoyed, but a lot of people did.
Oh my gosh, I
enjoyed it in
remember
the
that.
beginning, and then I remember, I don't remember why, but for some reason, something about it started to piss me off. So I was like,
it was a very heated topic on
Twitter.
It
was an incredibly heated topic. I really liked it, but a lot of people,
I don't think I even tried the first episode.
It's like the leads together. I thought they worked together really well.
Yeah, I thought they did too, and I thought it had a fun concept. But
I don't remember why.
But that year, she also stepped out of the mother role in the legal body swap drama Room Number 9, where she played a convicted serial killer on death row who swaps bodies with her lawyer. So that's fun.
I didn't watch it, but I remember it out.
So both of those are on Viki. So 2019, she has 2 main roles, one in the legal drama Babel, which I haven't seen because of the male lead, and another as the main character, and say it with me again, matriarch in The Weekender, Mother of Mine. So Babel is available on Viki, and Mother of Mine is on Viki and Cocoa.
Which I started.
Mine was really enjoyable for about the first, 15, 20 episodes. And then it just it sort of stopped being about the mother and her daughters. It started to be a office politics.
So you were sold a bill of goods, and the bill of goods was bad.
So then I stopped watching it, and then I just tuned in for the last 2 weeks and watched.
I stopped at, I don't know, maybe episode 12 or something.
I mean,
wow,
I got pretty far.
Very, I mean, she was great.
I wonder why it did that. That's weird.
Maybe a writer change or something. Who knows?
Yeah, but it also, I don't know. This is just me speculating. The eldest daughter is, I don't remember her name, but she's going to be in the 2nd season of Tale of Nine-Tailed. She's a very well-known Mokjong character person, and I think they started to focus in on that. It kind of seemed like that's where they were going. I don't know. Yeah, it was cute in the very beginning, but
my frustration with it was that, I mean, that actress plays a character whose mother basically abandoned her when she was 5, and then she's raised by her aunt, and she calls this woman mother because she's her mom and everything. And then the birth mother comes back into her life, and she's a terrible person. She's
horrible.
Just terrible. And it became increasingly clear that they were going to go the forgiveness and redemption route. And I was like, she's a horrible person, and I don't want to see her get forgiven.
It was sad.
The only way I accept character, the only way you can have a character redemption arc is if the characters actually redeem themselves in some way.
You know, not everybody gets redempted. I'm sorry.
If they don't improve themselves and change and atone, it's not a redemption arc.
But also,
just
I believe if you've done
a
big enough thing, it doesn't even matter. If you change, you don't get redemption from the person you hurt. And if you were a good person, you would recognize that.
Only if they choose to.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. As of 2020, she has exclusively been part of this Netflix situation.
Netflix knows what's up.
Yeah, Netflix knows what's good, So she 2020, she was in 2 Netflix dramas, one playing the coolest mother of all time in Hospital Playlist, and she was also in the drama Startup. In 2021, she was reprising her role as coolest mom ever in Hospital Playlist 2, and she was also an extremely morally gray CEO in the Netflix show Inspector Coup, living her best somewhat evil life.
Also a mom, and while she is a CEO, the mom aspect of it is where a lot of that morally gray stuff
comes
in, right? It's about protecting kids and stuff, and using that power she has to protect her kids that probably don't deserve it. But
so finally,
she's wild in it. She's so good in it, though. You first get introduced to her, she's naked with a tattoo, and you're like, what is going on?
Interesting.
So, but then I'm sure she's like, whatever. I've done movies like this.
Yeah, she's
no. It's not like full frontal nudity.
I know. Yeah,
like she's naked. They're in like a spa. Like
yeah.
And also this year she's back, baby. She's in Tomorrow playing God.
Deserved.
She
CEO God.
Yeah, otherwise known as the Jade Emperor.
Not only is she God, she's CEO.
in the fantasy drama. So most of her older dramas are impossible to get a hold of, and most of her even more modern daily and weekender dramas are also harder to get a hold of, as those tend to not get subtitled for international audiences as regular run dramas do. However, since she's been picked up and Netflix has reused the same actors thing that they do, we'll hopefully get to see more of her. She's also been in several TV specials because, of course, she has. Why wouldn't she be? So in 2002, she was in Drama City Ajuma Band Events Formation. In 2003, she did 2 drama specials, Wedding Gift and Drama City Rosy Life. And in 2006, she was Dalja, the main role in the show My Lovely Miss Dalja. And in 2019, she was in a support role in Tower of Babel special episode. And while she doesn't do much variety appearances, because when would she have the time? She has appeared on 3 Meals a Day, Happy Together, Let's Eat Dinner Together, Healing Camp, Running Man, Win-Win, Live Talk Show Taxi, and Radio Star.
I really wish that Healing Camp was subbed, because that seemed like a really good interview. I kept on seeing articles that were referencing it, and it seemed like it really focused in on her career and her personal life and that sort of thing, which would have been a really nice thing to be able to watch and see, but I couldn't find it.
We're at the mercy of the subtitles, so...
I also did find that she did quite a few, especially in late 70s, early 80s. She did radio plays a lot. So she did a bunch of that. I think after that, it became a little bit less popular in Korea to have those things. She's definitely cast in a bunch of those.
Yeah, so she never sleeps, never stops. She's the Terminator of actresses.
During even that era, though.
I know.
Crazy,
It's wild. She's literally the Terminator of actresses.
Yes.
She cannot stop, and she'll be back.
She won't.
She just
can't stop, won't stop.
You can't stop, won't stop. I know that this was probably a really long slog to get through, but that's the point.
Yeah.
That's
she
the
deserves
point
it.
of it.
I
she
did
so much stuff.
That one break that you mentioned for dramas, it does coincide film-wise, so that probably is a baby
pregnancy.
Break.
That's probably
There's no movie.
She had a couple babies.
Years either, so.
And maybe even vampires get a little bit sick sometimes, so maybe she had some.
We don't know. Maybe she just needed. Listen, her babies were probably babies that need someone to take care of them. But then, listen, as soon as you can send those kids to daycare, she back at it.
Yeah, she was like, let's go.
Slowing down. So, Sky, I assume she has won some awards.
Yeah,
just history.
Just a couple. So the first one I want to talk about, I cannot find a lot about, but to me, it's actually a huge, huge deal. In 2010, she got the Prime Minister's Combination for Popular Culture and Arts Award.
Oh.
It's a really big deal, but no one wants to discuss that much English side of things. So
lame.
The only way I found that was just everyone was mentioning it, so I had to backwards through Wikipedia and go into a Korean article. And but I thought that was really cool. I don't see that pop up often when looking at awards for people. So I will say I am not going to talk about her nominations because she was nominated for a lot of stuff.
I would imagine so, yeah.
And pretty much she starts kind of popping in on the award circuit 2000. Like that's when you start seeing her be nominated for a lot more things. So we talked about Autumn in My Heart. Well, in 2000, KBS Drama Awards, Best Supporting Actress for Autumn in My Heart.
Yeah.
Because of course she was. So I almost want to say nearly every year she was at least nominated for something. Like I said, I'm not going through the nominations, but she was...
With as many things as she's done, chances are she's probably been nominated about a billion times.
When you understand how the like award seasons work in Korea and stuff, and how like every station has their own awards. So like if she was on a drama from each station, then she was probably nominated, you know, like she could have 3 or 5 or 9 nominations a year.
And actually, so the three awards that she won were all KBS Drama Awards. So in 2000, it was for Autumn in My Heart, Best Supporting Actress. 2004, Best Supporting Actress for the Oh Pil Sung show. 2005, Top Excellence Award, Actress for My Rosy Life. So KBS, she was kind of sweeping a little bit. 2007, this was not for a particular show, but I thought it was interesting. Japan Movie Critics Awards, International Cooperation Award. So that's kind of neat. In 2008, she got a handful of awards. So I'm also not going to list off. I don't enjoy having to be like 40th Blue Dragon. To me, it just all gets really confusing when you're adding even more numbers to things. So I'm just going to go for like Grand Bell Award for Best Supporting Actress, Open City. And then also in 2009, she got another Open City for Max Movie Awards, Best Supporting Actress. So I wanted to just connect those Open Cities because she got 2 awards for that. So also in 2008, First Wives Club got her the Korean Drama Awards Jury Special Prize.
Ooh.
So then we talk about Thirst for a second because she swept some awards with Thirst. 2008 Bull Film Awards Best Supporting Actress. 2009 University Film Festival Best Supporting Actress. 2009 Chunsa Film Awards Best Supporting Actress. And Blue Dragon Film Awards Best Supporting Actress. Also, do not be misled. Like I had to go triple research on it. There was another time that she was nominated for a Blue Dragon Award, which she did not win, but she was nominated for the 29th Blue Dragon Award. She won the 30th, not the 29th. She did not get one for Open City. Some people want you to think that.
But they're like,
do not be fooled.
Those peoples are liars, vicious liars who cannot be trusted.
What we all have found in our research on Kim Hae Sook is there's a lot of liars out there.
There's a lot of misinformation being given about Kim Hae Sook.
Like that's not to say she didn't win things for Open City, but the Blue Dragon Film Award was for Thirst. Dagnabbit, I will tell you that. So then in 2010, Korean Drama Awards Best Supporting Actress for Life is Beautiful. 2012 Grand Bell Awards Best Supporting Actress for The Thieves. She also, in 2013, got a KOFRA Film Award for The Thieves. So those were her 2 awards that she got for that. 2015 Grand Bell Awards Best Supporting Actress for The Throne. Because of course she did. Sounds like it was pretty amazing.
That movie though. Like,
yeah. Also notice it goes between film awards and drama awards. Film awards and drama awards. So then 2016.
Even have time to go to these things to accept them.
Yeah.
In the 20 minutes that she's not working.
Here we go.
So 2016 SBS Drama Awards, Top Excellence Actress for Full Length Drama. Yeah, that's how it is. So I think that was a daily or a weekender. Yeah, we were talking about it. 2017 Korean Film Shining Star Awards, Star Award for New Trial.
Excellent. Good choice.
And then in 2018, she was actually nominated for a lot, but as far as the one that she won in 2018 was the Marie Claire Asia Star Wars Actress of the Year for Her Story. And then the most recent 2019 Korean Culture and Entertainment Awards for Mother of Mine Grand Prize Daesung.
Nice.
So she had again a ton of nominations besides that, but as far as those are the physical awards that she's won. And again,
and also the biggest award being called the Mother of Korea.
Yeah,
essentially. Yeah. That's a big
she's like,
award.
yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Whenever I went back to that Korean article about the Prime Minister's Commendation Award thing, and they had a little bio, and it was like you had to throw in there like Mother of Korea.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she is.
Like some of the things that I found too were like she was the official ambassador in 2014 when the Pope came to
Yeah,
Korea.
I saw that too.
Like, I mean, and I was sort of like, I wonder if she's like she's Catholic, so like okay, cool. And then there's a really nice on YouTube, a really nice memorial for that, the first Korean cardinal, Catholic cardinal, who was huge in the like the human rights and the like all those the stuff that went on in the 80s and the late 70s with the corrupt government and all that stuff. He was huge on human rights and everything. He's sort of famous for like their famous quotes about him, about how like you have to go through me to get to the students kind of thing. And like there's a really nice like tribute video to him that she narrates and stuff. It's very lovely. I was like, I don't even know who this guy is, but I'm tearing up a little bit.
Good job. It's like, sort of it's her character in Hospital Playlist becomes a little bit funnier when you realize that she was the official ambassador to the Pope.
Side note, in case you don't know Hospital Playlist, she has like a handful of kids and they all end up
all but
dedicating
one
their
is a
life
priest
to
or
the
a nun.
church.
Yeah. So she's and
then
like
the youngest one is considering going.
Yeah. And she's like, if you become a fucking priest, I'm disowning you. Like, we're done.
Just like,
I just want a grandkid, please. Like, if listen, father a grandkid, then go become a priest. Yeah, so that's the mother of Korean cinemas.
There's a quote that she did, and I think this is like really great, especially because we're talking about her because it's Mother's Day and stuff. The same interview that she was talking about like her co-stars and that sort of thing. The reporter Jae Young Cho was asking her about roles that she wants to do, and she was kind of like hinting towards if there was like any other type of role she wants or that sort of thing. And this is what she said in regards to that. And it says, there are a lot of people in this world. There must be a role of a mother that I haven't done yet. Motherhood is the same, but mothers are all different. This is like a really cool thing to like tie back, because it's like she didn't miss a beat and was like, no, I haven't done every mother role, so I still have more roles in me.
I have more mom.
Yeah. I think that's cool, because I think that's, you do see that she's been getting a little bit more variety, and like some of those movie roles, it was like she plays a coroner or she plays a whatever, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's not a mom role, but I like that she has that attitude about the mom roles, that not all moms are the same.
She's like,
they're not just cookie cutter.
Mom isn't a typecast.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it would kind of make you think, like, if someone was like, well, what do you think about mom wars? You know how they always about child rearing or whatever, and she'd probably, I mean, everyone does stuff differently. I mean,
yeah. Like she was a working mom.
She's just like very in tune to that. Like, I guess she's just like very in tune to the human experience, and like kind of just like what we all have essentially, even if we don't have like a mother in our lives. Mother figures are always there in different respects, and she plays a lot of different mothers. Like, it's literally like, you can say, yeah, she's typecast, but the mother she is in New Trial is not the mother she is in Mother of Mine. And even like if you like pit it against like Weekenders and Weekenders, the mother she is in Mother of Mine is not the same as another one, you know?
Yeah,
absolutely. And it's kind of falls into that misogyny too, though, when you to ask like, oh, aren't you tired of playing mothers or whatever? Like, you don't ask male actors like, are you tired of playing businessmen? No.
Yeah, so it's a classic caper.
Because all those characters are different. Yes, they all have a job. That doesn't make them all the same character. And so if you consider mom as a job, not every woman who has that job is the same woman, right? Just like
yeah.
So,
and I would think, like, I'm not a mom, and I'm obviously not Korean, and I only know a bit about like the Korean culture, but I do know that like there is kind of this like stigma with motherhood and stuff, especially because once you become a mother, you're always referred to as so-and-so's mother and that sort of thing. And I think that like Kim Hae Sook, in a way, kind of is taking back mother being a personal thing as opposed to the child's thing, and not in like a selfish way, but like you can be separate from your child too.
Yeah,
you are your own person with the different personality, and it doesn't mean because you're a mother it becomes different. It could, but it doesn't mean that. And I think that she's really kind of doing that within her roles, and just like her disposition and her acceptance and love of doing these types of roles.
She's definitely an actress that, like, if something that she was in became very popular over here in the West, and if a journalist was going to put their foot in their mouth about, like, how is it to, you know, be well known
oh my god,
and be busy with work.
No, I would love to see the, like, at this point I take sort of an obscene pleasure out of these interviews where I'm just waiting for the journalists to be eviscerated, because it's just like it was like what's his face, you know, the director of Parasite, who said, yes, I won an Oscar, you know, a small local award. I fucking died.
Yeah.
I died. I love that energy. I want her to have that energy.
I'd love, like, you know, how does it feel to be famous? And she pulls out, you know, like how they have the wallet cards, you know, and she goes, here's the pictures of all of the awards I have at home. Sorry, what were you saying?
Like, I'm actually incredibly famous, but
for all my children, she pulls the wallet out. It's like all the most famous.
Oh, sweet child, been there, done that.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
But she'd probably be incredibly gracious about it,
and be like, oh, well, I may have now become well known in your country.
Now I can also be the mother of America.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So anyway, that was our episode on Kim Hae Sook for Mother's Day, the mother of Korea. We hope that you enjoyed listening. If you're listening to this the day that it comes out, on Tuesday, May 10th, we have a special live stream going on. It's going to be on our YouTube channel at 7:30 EST on Tuesday, and it is called The Ballad of Long Long Man, where we will be presenting the greatest love story of all time.
It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be incredible. We're gonna have a really good time. Also, Wednesday this week on our Discord, we are having a watch party for the first episode of the new Sung Hoon helmed rom-com.
We could kind of say it's an extension of Mother's Day celebration.
That's true. Worry the Virgin, which of course is the drama, the Korean remake of Jane the Virgin. So that is on our Discord, which you should go check out, because all of our live streams and everything always appear as events that'll send you directly where you need to go, right from the Discord. And also a lot of fun discussions and everything happen over there. If you want to support this podcast, you can go to patreon.com/certified Noonas to become a member of the official certified found family. They are a found family on the web, and we love them, and we do fun little stuff with them, put up extra stuff over there. They get the good stuff, you know, the saucy edits. You can also reach us on social media. It's always @certified Noonas. We are primarily on Instagram and Twitter if you need to reach us. And you can, of course, find all of our episodes on certifiednoonas.com, our website. We are on all the streaming platforms, including YouTube, which you should go to our YouTube and you should click subscribe so that you can be on the ground floor of the fun. Anyway, we hope you have a fantastic week. Enjoy Mother's Day. Maybe, I don't know, watch a Kim Hae Sook drama or film, you know, and, you know, wash your hands, wear a mask, and as always, keep enjoying Asian entertainment. Bye.
Bye.